Alright, welcome back to the Death 3D Map Editor tutorial. This is part 2, and we're kind of here where we left off last time. We got our tiny little map here with our one guy and our shotgun and our beautiful green floor. I don't know what shade of green you call that. I moved my me up to the top left corner here because I didn't realize that in the top right here I was covering up this box here that actually has some good information. When you hover over tiles, it tells you the elevation of them, what kind of textures they have on each side, so I'm going to keep that up. And so first of all, if you haven't seen part 1, you can go back and watch it. I'll put a link below. So we're moving right along. We're going to make this map a little better. I told you about these 3 dots here. The top one stands for ceiling, the middle one is wall, the bottom is floor. So the floor is important. If you have no floors in your map at all, the engine will give you a straight green floor, since we picked green everywhere, and you'll be able to walk around. As soon as you add one floor tile to the map, the green floor is no longer there, and if you don't have a floor, you'll fall to your death. So we're going to put floors in these rooms, and once we put one floor, like I said, we've got to put floors everywhere, or else all the blank spots will be bottomless pits. So we're going to pick a floor texture, and we are just going to paint it in all the blank spots. And now we have a floor. We could do the same thing with ceiling, but instead what I'm going to do for this tutorial is all the way on the right here, you see this blank box? That is for different sky textures. And we're going to go ahead and pick a sky. That shows up black. I think it's actually stars. So we'll see what that looks like. So let's save what we did here and see if our floor and our sky worked. We're going to go to custom map, go to our testing map. Alright, look at our map now. This looks a lot better than the pale green and blue sky and ceiling. We have this nice little floor now. We still got our shotgun. And we got that guy taken care of. So that's how you basically add floors and ceilings. Now, I want to show you something about lighting. If you remember last time, we went here into this base lighting setting and just turned it to 80%, which gave us a nice even light everywhere. I'm going to turn that back down to 15%, not very bright. And I'm going to click down here on this light bulb. This brings up the actual point lighting editor. And up here you can pick what color of light you want. Let's pick a kind of yellowish light, and we're just going to place one right there. This circle here shows the actual radius of the light, but it's actually blocked by walls too, and you kind of have tiles here showing the level of light you can expect to see in each area of the map. So let's save and take a look at how that light looks in the engine. As you can see, we have our yellow light here now. You can kind of see, oops. Anyway, just with adding one light, it makes the level look totally different and a lot better. So you can actually do a lot with lighting. One thing to remember though is, if you start putting a ton of lights into a map, you're going to start seeing performance issues. So you can put in lights, you can make it look good, but there is a performance cost to lighting. So we went over floors, we went over ceilings, and we went over how to add lights. Let's go over another thing. I don't think we talked about decorations. Last time we added an item into the map, which was a shotgun. And the items were right here. We can add you know, some armor bonuses as well. But right here we also have decorations. You can put decorations in your map, like let's put a table here in the corner. And a TV, a nice little TV behind this guy. And let's just see what that looks like. Alright, you can see our new armor that's in the corner that we put. We also have our table, lovely table and chairs. And over here in the corner we got a TV, just playing a fun show out in outer space. So that's basically how you add items. One last thing I want to show you and we'll go over this more next time, but it'll be a little, because it's a little more advanced, but we'll just go over the basics right now. Floor elevations. What I'm going to do is click right here by the shotgun. I'm going to right click with my mouse. Oops, did I do that wrong? Okay. When you right click, it brings up the sector editor menu, and you actually have a lot of customization options for each sector. What I'm going to do right now is take the floor Y. This is the elevation of the floor. If I make it negative, it's going to be set into the ground, but if I make it positive, it's going to be like a little pedestal. So I'm going to make it positive 0.3. And another thing I'm going to do is say floor top only texture. Whatever I pick here, the floor is going to use this texture, but all the walls around it are going to be the same as the rest of the floor. Anyway, it'll make sense once I show you. I'm going to pick this fan texture. Oh, and you can't see it here, but if you hold down on the Alt key, or the, is it Control or Alt? Shift? Okay. Okay, you go to floor, and then if you hold down on Alt, it'll show you all the tiles that have a custom top-only texture. But anyway, I'm going to save that and show you what we did here. Alright, as you can see, the shotgun is now elevated on this stand with a fan on it. We can actually crawl up there. Alright. So I think that'll be all for this one. Today we learned about lighting. We learned how to add textured floors. It works the same for ceilings. We learned how to add a sky. We learned how to change the elevation of our floors and to have a different texture on the top of our floor as we do on the actual cube that makes up the floor, if that makes sense. So I think that's good for today. I hope you liked the video. I hope you learned something. If you want to play or download Death3D or make your own maps, I'll have a link in the description. It'd probably be a good idea if you subscribe to the channel. Just saying. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more. Bye.